Well, I hope that everyone had a good spring break. Now, before we left, we had been talking about perception, the ways in which the individual makes sense of the external world. Today, we'll return to that topic by talking about cognitive dissonance theory. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you that I didn't get to finish grading your tests, so you're going to have to wait till next week before I have them. I know some of you are waiting for your midterm grade, but you'll have to wait a little longer. Now, back to our discussion, we were talking about cognitive dissonance. The theory starts with a surprisingly simple principle. Individuals strive to produce consonance and to avoid dissonance. Put another way, people seek out harmony and avoid disharmony between their beliefs and actions. When your actions reflect what you believe to be true about yourself, when they appear to reflect each other accurately, you will experience cognitive dissonance. It's consonance. You will experience cognitive consonance. Like harmony. Right. So then, dissonance. Dissonance is when your actions contradict or go against some aspect of yourself. Well, then you will experience dissonance. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Let's say that you believe you are an honest person, yet one day you find yourself telling a lie. That's dissonance as long as you are aware that your action does not match your belief about yourself.
Yeah, but everybody tells little lies. I mean, like when your girlfriend asks you if you like her new haircut, even if you don't, you still tell her that you like it.
That's right, and that's called a justification. What you say about your reason for lying, that's a justification for the lie. You still don't like the haircut, but you have justified your action, the little lie you made up. You said it because you don't want to hurt her feelings. You can still consider yourself to be an honest person if you have adequate justifications for actions that differ from your belief about yourself. So that is one way to deal with dissonance. And I want to point out that cognitive dissonance is unstable. It is pushed to change because it is something that stresses the mind. There is a problem, however, when the justifications, the reasons, don't relieve the stress of dissonance. Much research in cognitive dissonance theory is concerned with this problem of inadequate justification, when the reasons for doing something aren't good enough, and so you create another lie to alleviate the dissonance. In a famous experiment, two researchers named Festinger and Carl Smith, they looked into this problem. They had groups of volunteers do miserably boring tasks for several hours. At the end of an experimental session, they would ask individuals who had just finished to tell volunteers who were about to start that the experiment was fun, to lie to them, in other words. So Festinger and Carl Smith gave some of these individuals $1 to lie, and others got $20 to lie. After lying, but before the volunteers could leave, they had to fill out a form which had questions about how they liked the experiment. Surprisingly, the volunteers who were given $1 would write down how they didn't mind the experiment. Some even enjoyed the task. Those that were given $20 wrote that they hated the experiment. Wait, if the task was so boring, then why did the students who got less money change their minds?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Look at it in terms of cognitive dissonance theory, and it makes sense. The students given $1 were given an insufficient reward to justify lying, and so they chose to then lie again, this time to themselves, that they actually liked the boring experiment in order to erase the dissonance. The students who received $20 could justify telling a small lie since they were paid $20, a decent bit of money when you are a poor student. They lied for a harmless reward, which for many people is an acceptable reason. The lesson from this experiment is this. If you want to change someone's beliefs, then use the smallest reward possible. The stress of cognitive dissonance and the absence of adequate justification will guide them to change their mind. Well, if you can get someone to change their mind with the smallest reward possible, why not get them to change their mind without a reward at all? Couldn't you just do that? Okay, good question. And it was the same one that Desi asked. Okay, let's take a short break, and then I'll ask you about his experiment. in which he had students work on puzzles for hours late at night.